we warmly acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land from which we are coming to you. We pay respect to elders past and present and all First Nations peoples who have told their stories on these lands for many thousands of years.
Mama Alto, congratulations on being the 2021 recipient of the Australia Council Kirk Robson Award for Community Arts and Cultural Development.
Thank you. I do have a funny story about this actually. So I got the phone call, said, hello, am I speaking to Mama Alto? And she said some very kind words about my work and I was very grateful. And it wasn't a little while into the call that I realised, I've won the award. I'm not just being asked to present the award or guarantee or referee someone's submission. I was elated, but I was also shocked. You know, I actually had to sit down and I felt lightheaded. Because an award like this it's not just mine. It's got my name on it, which is lovely, but it's not just mine because all the work that I do is standing on the shoulders of giants. I'm so thrilled, obviously. I'm very thrilled and grateful and overwhelmed.
Why do you do what you do?
In what I do, there's both my own artistic practice as a jazz singer, as a cabaret performer, but then the other side of what I do is about community arts and cultural development, funnily enough. And that's about my responsibility to my own communities and to my audiences as a singer, is to be able to represent them and tell stories that they can relate to or that might mean something or offer hope or optimism or maybe even challenge their views. And then I started, as I was doing more and more work with communities of practice and with other artists, I looked around and I thought, I don't want to be here on my own. I want to bring all of the different communities that I'm part of with me and create opportunities for other artists. So that was really important to motivate my work and in the story of coming to this award. I believe it was Toni Morrison who first said this. And she said, well, once you get a little bit of power or a little bit of platform, you have to share that around and make sure that other people can access that platform, that power, those opportunities. And that's something really important to me because art is by people and it's for people. So we said, what if we put together some workshops, particularly from this circle of queer and trans performers and writers that we knew? And it became Gender Euphoria.
It'd be great to hear a little bit from you about how this work evolved.
I think because for a lot of people from any marginalised group being made to feel different by society, there's not that fear or block to embrace your creativity because you've kind of already been put on the outside. And so particularly with Gender Euphoria, I'd been working a lot with different trans and gender diverse and queer artists because, you know, I'm by no means very well known. I'm not a household name.
Yet.
But yeah, well, now that I've won this award,
right.
But no, but I'm by no means, you know, a celebrity or a household name. But for a lot of people in those communities, I was still the most prominent trans person or the most prominent brown person or the most prominent queer person in their local situation making art. So when they're looking for a way to develop their own creativity or learn how it's done, it was quite natural that these different relationships were forming over time, over the last 10 years or so. There was something quite beautiful and very organic about that. So it's kind of like a forest, I think. If the organisations or the arts institutions or the festivals, if they're like the tree, if someone like Australia Council is supporting that, but then there's the whole ecosystem of all the little organisms that live in the tree, which is the artists. So it's not just the direct support that I've received from Australia Council that's important, but the whole way in which we kind of need to distribute resources everywhere to create an arts ecology.
These types of awards are obviously not easily won, and we know that Kirk Robson was a social change activist and community arts and cultural development practitioner, and this award is named after him. I'd just like to know, from your perspective, what does social change then mean for you, Mama Alto?
Oh, gosh. I mean, I actually, you know, if it had been a non-COVID year and there had been a ceremony, I prepared a little speech that I was going to deliver. I think it sums up this question around social change and the arts. The arts are immensely powerful. Art empowers, uplifts, entertains, and inspires. The arts can offer hope, comfort, and sustenance. Through the arts, we can illuminate and explore our complex interior psychological lives and the very essence of our being, both individual and collective. We can be enlightened by new perspectives. We can celebrate that which is wondrous about this world and challenge that which is not. We can, through the arts, affirm our humanity in all its magnificent, valid, and infinite diversities. The arts can confront deep social and political problems. The arts can connect us across seemingly insurmountable divides and can provoke insightful and imaginative ways of thinking about what has been, what is, and what could be. And through the arts, we not only can envisage a world of possibilities of equity, of justice, of empathy, of dignity. We can not only envisage them, but we can help create that world of possibilities. The arts are powerful, the arts are valuable, and the arts are for everybody. So let us all do our best to ensure our society strives to honour and enable the essential power of the arts.
Thank you. It's incredible. I have a final question. What would you say to your 15-year-old self?
What would I say to my 15-year-old self? Gosh. I would say to my 15-year-old self, find your communities. Your communities are out there. Once you've become part of those communities, you'll realise it's not just what those communities can give to you, but it's what you can give back to those communities. I would say, hold on to the arts. The arts have that power to magnify everything that's good in the world, and they have the power to change everything that isn't, changes that make life better for everybody.
Mama Alto, a huge congratulations from us at the Australia Council and no doubt from the entire industry on being the 2021 recipient of the Kirk Robson Award for Community Arts and Cultural Development.
Thank you.
It's been such a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you. Likewise. Thank you.
I look forward to seeing you on a stage soon.